Okay, we are live. Let me just make sure that everything is working great. Give me a second on this. Okay, bingo. We are live Monday, December 29th at 4:40 p.m. Welcome everybody. We are going to take a look at Tesla stock. We are going to take a look at the stock indices. How is the market doing? We are going to take a look at gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Is there anything that we can buy? Is there anything that is breaking a pattern on the upside or on the downside? On the downside, we can short it. On the upside, we can get in for the ride. We can go long for that ride. So let's do this. So Tesla closed lower by $15.55. That's 3.27% down. We closed at 459.64, and post-market we seem to be going further down. Let's take a look at our patterns. Which patterns are still in play and which patterns are no longer active. Still into a bullish pattern. Tesla is still bullish from this time frame perspective. Since April we have been bullish. This is continuing. Not too long ago we were going sideways. Above 467 we had a hard time going above right here. We did not go above. We only went above right here just recently. Right now, I'm sorry to say we are back. We are back into this congestion zone. So we were above it. We were outside of that pattern. Now we are back into that pattern. So patterns are changing. It's not just the noise that we're seeing right now. This 15 bucks move down could have been just noise, but in this particular instant, it's not just noise. There's some signal there. So we are back into our congestion zone. So this is not a good news in itself. It's not going higher and it's not going sideways. We were going sideways, you know, this other pattern right here, we were going sideways between 467 and 488.70. And you know, I cannot make this up. We could not stay above that 488.70, you know. We tried so hard. We tried for, look at this, for 8 days. 8 days we have been trying. 8 days we have been trying to close and stay above that 488.70. That number is important. That number is important. Less important than 467, but still important. We have not been able to cross it. Now we are caving in, so we are no longer into this smaller congestion zone. We are back into this bigger congestion zone right here, bigger one. So we are back into it. So things are not going in the right direction. You know, if we want Tesla to go higher, this is not the right direction. On top of it, well, we already knew. Just last Friday, we had the smaller bullish channel right here that we have gotten outside last Friday, and we are continuing way outside today. So yeah, so short term, depending on how we define it, but short term, Tesla is going down. Yes, we are still into the big bullish pattern right now. This is the big bullish channel that we are in, but right now we are caving in. So we could be going back down to 430 easily. Yeah, 430. This, well, in fact, this support line. This is the support line that we are into. So voila. So that's a real possibility. So we are talking about 435, depending on when we are going to reach it, 440. But this is the line that you need to watch. This is the line that you need to watch. So and from a daily chart perspective, I am on the daily chart right now. So each candle equals 1 day. Well, from that perspective, we are hanging in there. 467 is a resistance we went through. The next support is at 452. on the daily chart, and we are just hanging in there right there. So that 452 is not, sorry, that 459 that we stopped temporarily today is not super strong. This is what I'm trying to say. It's not super strong, so 452 is going to be tested next. So 452, 440, and even lower than 440, that diagonal support. So yeah, the move down might not be over. It might not be over. When we saw it here on Friday, yes, we were outside of this smaller bullish channel, but we could not conclude that we were really going down because we were still above 467. We were still above 467. We still had good stochastics. So, this was just some kind of a noise. But right now, it's no longer noise because we are back below 467. So that's a signal. So, yeah. So we'll see what is going to happen, but maybe there is some other opportunities to continue shorting this. We took a short on Discord on Tesla right here. So let's take a look at the 1 hour chart. So on the 1 hour chart, the first hour of the day was not the best. We opened at 469. Just above 467 actually, our 467. No, sorry, we opened at 469. Sorry, 467 is right here, so just above. We closed lower than 467. We closed lower, boom, than 467, but we saw this long wick at the bottom. So even though we had the close below 467 on the 1 hour chart, this was not looking like the short idea would be good, because when you see a long wick like this on any candle, it means that the buyers came in. They came in at some point. It's still a red candle. It's still closed lower than where it opened, but a long wick means that buyers came strongly. And if we go on the 1 hour, on the 5-minute chart, right here, let me see. Yeah, this is where they came in. This is where they came in. We opened right here, came down in 5 minutes, went a little bit higher, went lower, and then boom, they came strongly. This is where the buyers came back strongly on that 1 hour candle. This is the wick that we see. The wick on the 1 hour chart is caused by the move I just highlighted on the 5-minute chart. So buyers came back in, so we could have gone higher. So it was not a good, it turned out great. It was not the best short because of this wick. So we waited. The next hour was green. Waited. The third hour was pretty much the same, and then we started to see some weakening, blah blah blah, and then this is where we took the short, and some of us sold very close to the target, which was 459, because 459 was a resistance in the past. Now it's becoming support, and we stopped right smack on it. So yeah, that's for today. So there was a small short right here. Maybe there is going to be other ones this week. It's a small week too, so things are a little bit iffy in those small weeks. Not everybody's there, so stocks can be doing stuff that they might not be doing in a regular day. So yeah, we'll see what is in store tomorrow. Momentum wise, no momentum on the 1 hour chart. And on the daily chart, we are losing the momentum that we had. So we cannot think long for Tesla, either on the daily chart nor on the 1 hour chart. Let me go to the comments quickly before going to the VIX, the stock indices, gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Well, thank you, 17 EV, 440 soon. Yes. I'd like to see 474. 474, you want it to go back up? Sure. Why not? Most of the market down today. Yes, exactly. So we are going to take a look at that. So VIX, the fear factor of the stock market. This is a good VIX, 14.19, up 0.57. We are going higher, but still at 14, you know, this is a pretty good VIX. So the lower the VIX, the higher the stock market tends to go. So the problem is not there at all. The markets are not scared. They are not scared. Markets are not going higher, but they are not scared. And let's take a look at Dow Jones. So Dow Jones cooling down a little bit, stopping right smack on 48,457. This is the body of the candle. We still have momentum on the daily chart, so nothing has changed for Dow Jones. SPX, we had a nice move for the past 2 days, closing higher twice, higher than 69.20 right here. You know, we see it here, closing higher than this. Now it's cooling down a bit, 0.35% down. That's not dramatic. And what was I going to say? Yeah, we still have momentum. Momentum still there. QQQ, momentum still there, cooling down a bit. NASDAQ, momentum still there, cooling down a bit. So we might be facing a couple of days of cooling down before we are retesting that support right here. I'm talking about NASDAQ here, maybe, boom. This is wishful thinking right here. We go down, we bounce, and we go for the sky. QQQ, the same thing, you know, support is not too far away. SPX, the support is farther away, 6,800. Dow Jones, we are right on support. So we'll need to see how far down this goes before bouncing. Let's take a look now on gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum, gold. Sprott physical gold. So drop in gold. Gold is very volatile, blah, blah, blah. So losing stochastic. Momentum is not all gone, but we are losing stochastic. So big gap down. Silver, what's happening? Silver, better. No momentum loss. We still have stochastic and everything. We had a big move on Friday. Big move. So this was... What is the expression I'm looking for? It was outside of its personality. This is the personality of, this is the rate of ascent of silver. This is the rate of ascent. You know, it's moving at that pace, blah, 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 blah. Then boom on Friday. So that was a little bit, you know, it was nice, but it was a little bit out of character. Out of character. So, and the character got corrected just like a 5-year-old kid that gets a smack behind the head from the father, say, hey, don't do this. He comes back into character. So yeah, so silver is coming back into character very quickly. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. So yeah, drop down, gap down on the first hour, and now it's absorbing that move down. So it's still basically going sideways. No momentum on the 1 hour, so it's still a bit flustered. It is a bit flustered. It's licking its wounds. So, but we are still into our bullish channel. We are still, we still have momentum on it. So, not too bad. Bitcoin. You know, it tried to do something. Bitcoin is going nowhere again yet, but it's gonna have to make a decision now, because this is the downward channel. It has been following this channel pretty well since October. And now we are, look at this. We are right smack on it. So we might have maybe one other candle or two at the most still within this bearish channel and above support at the same time. So we have maybe 2 more days of undecisiveness before we cross this or we cross this. It's just 2D. A kid can think in 2D. Well, this is what can happen. But during the day, look at this. Look at this wick. So on the, well, contrary to what Tesla did a wick at the bottom. This one is making a wick at the top. So this one's trying to go higher and failed. So there's failure there. So we know that sellers are still there. If it had not tried, we could not know if sellers are still there, but they are. So this is not a nice candle if you want to go long on Bitcoin. So yeah, let's take a look at that 1 hour chart. So on the 1 hour, yeah, look at this. Let me make sure I'm in the right place. Okay, now this is, okay, sorry. Where is it? This is Monday. I want to just find the Monday right here. Okay, I thought it was a little bit more, yeah. Okay, that happened very quickly actually. So today at 9 o'clock, look at the candle right here. Look at the candle, boom, boom. So we are going to have to go on the 5-minute chart to see what happened. So 8:30, okay, so this is it right here. We went higher, bang, we were squished. Then we basically went sideways. So we never retested it. So I thought it would have shown something a little bit more dramatic. So, but look at the perfection. Look at the perfection. Look at, you know, our downward channel right here. Look at the perfection. Downward channel is right here. Look at this. Boom, right smack on it. You know, cannot be more precise than this. I'm sorry, but we are right smack on it. Right smack on it. You know, I'm gonna frame this one. I'm gonna frame this one and sell it for 50 bucks. So look at this. This is like, you know, I like to see this. You know, these lines work. You know, we stop where? We stop at the lines. And that line had been drawn for, well, since we started here in October. So an October line being respected like this, we like this. So yeah, we tried, we failed. So, but as I say, we might have a couple more days to see what's happening. And thank you, Matthew. So a couple more days. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum should be the better crypto, some people think. Well, we have a green candle at least. So what's happening with Ethereum? Okay, sorry. What's happening here? Oh no, sorry. This. Okay, sorry. I'm looking at something else. This is Ethereum compared to Bitcoin, and you know, Bitcoin has been outperforming Ethereum for a long while. You know, if you take a look at this trend right here, Ethereum is weakening compared to Bitcoin. Ethereum is weakening. We see it here. Recently, this is Ethereum compared to Bitcoin again. Ethereum is gaining compared to Ethereum. This is a trend. Since April, Ethereum is doing better than Bitcoin. We see it here. And yeah, now if we take a look at, you know, this is the first time I'm looking at this live, I think. So we are weakening a little bit. You know, we have what we call a double support. So there's a bit of slippage. You know, we have the support and then we are losing some of it, just like we are drifting a little bit. We are drifting away a little bit, but still going higher. So this is still a concern. This is still a concern, but so far since April, Ethereum has been doing better than Bitcoin. And let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, no momentum, and Bitcoin did not have any momentum also. No momentum on the daily chart, not even on the 1 hour chart. So momentum was not there. Ethereum, no momentum on the daily and no on the 1 hour chart, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we are outside of our downward channel. So Ethereum is pattern-wise in a better position. It's no longer going down. It's, you know, it has been a couple of weeks. It has been outside of its downward channel, whereas Bitcoin, we are still into it. So Bitcoin has not decided what it wants to do. Ethereum has decided, you know, I'm no longer going down. It has decided that. it is just going sideways, but going sideways is better than going down. So Ethereum is going sideways at least, but it has not told us that it wants to go higher. This is what we are waiting for. You know, we don't need to risk our money when we see something go down. Buy, sell higher. So we don't need to buy if the trend is going down. So we don't need to buy. So the same thing as Bitcoin, we tried to do something. Look at this wick right here. Tried, failed. So what does this mean? You know, sellers are right here. Sellers are right here. As soon as the price goes up, boom, squish down. Then licking the wounds, then trying again, bang, another smackdown. So the market is not ready. You know, this is the market speaking to us. This is a real-time survey of the market. This is a real-time survey. Who is willing to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum? Who is willing to sell Bitcoin or Ethereum? This is a real-time survey happening right here. And the survey is up to the minute or down to the minute. So yeah, tried again but failed. So I'm sorry to say, but it's not the time to do much for any of them to go long. It's not the time to do that. Cashew, should we buy, sell, or hold Tesla? Depends on your time outlook. For now, short term, this is going down. We need to understand until where it is going to go down. So right now, I would stay put. I would not buy. I would hold. If you already have some Tesla stock, then it's still bullish. If it starts to go lower than that channel, which is, you know, here, if it starts to go lower than 430, 433, depending on when it reaches it, if it breaks this line, then it's no longer going higher. So then makes a little bit more sense to start offloading a little bit. I don't know your financial situation. I don't want to know it. I'm not a financial advisor. But pattern-wise, this is going down, but still into this bullish channel. If it breaks the bullish channel, then it's still okay to hold as long as we are going sideways. We can get outside of a bullish channel and just go sideways. So going sideways is not bad. You don't lose money going sideways. You lose money when it goes down. But after it starts to go sideways, if this is what happens, because it could be just bouncing. So this is why I'm saying if I had some Tesla shares, I would not be selling now if I'm holding them for mid-term to long-term, because we could just be bouncing. So if we bounce, everything is good. If we don't bounce and start to go sideways, then it's not necessarily a sell, but after it goes sideways, we need to identify where is the support. If the support is here, I don't know. You know, I don't know. We need to see Tesla stock go outside of the bullish channel first. But if it does and does a congestion zone, then if we go lower than that support, then that's a good time to offload. Because then it has told us I'm no longer going higher. I'm no longer just going sideways. I'm starting to go down. Well, what more proof do we need? If somebody is not going higher and not going sideways, what other direction is there to go but down? So voila. So we'll see what happens. We still have tomorrow. So stay tuned. I do a video like this every single day. Let me check the economic calendar in terms of news that would be coming out this week, if any. And I'm having and this tool is not working well. So we are December 29th. So not much. Okay, we have the FOMC minute tomorrow. FOMC minutes that are coming out. So people are going to dissect who was against and for the rate drop. So this might cause a little bit of movement. Then December 31st, just regular pieces of data, not anything with big impact. It's still the holiday season after all. So that's it for me, guys. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. I have different levels, giving you different levels of services. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine si Dieu le veut.